Okay, let's see, let's see. Oh, I like that. The color of that leaf is just dark enough to help balance out everything. Because when you try to finish a collage and you're sitting there going, do I do this? What should I do? I don't know. And you're hemming and hawing with whatever, and you keep putting it back and forth and back and forth. Usually it means you need to add something dark. And that dark thing, whatever it is, could be a shadow under something. But this is one thing I learned back in the late 1990s from a show on Home and Garden Television. It was a Lynette Jennings show. She was a Canadian interior decorator, and she did all sorts of stuff. I just love to watch her show. And she said one day that you have to, after you go in and you put all the decorative pillows and doodads and everything all over your room, say your living room, and you have your coffee table and your sofa and your love seat and everything, you may even have a nice big fireplace. She says you still have to anchor your space. And you anchor your space just like you do in a vignette when you paint. You go in and you give it a shadow. So this is kind of like my shadow, because we see three-dimensionally. Now, she didn't say this. This is just how I've rationalized it. But we see three-dimensionally. And when you look at something two-dimensional like this, there's not a lot of depth to this. This is dark. It is. But say even this side, this is boring. There's nothing going on there. And maybe it's supposed to be that way. But if you're collaging, you gotta go in and tell your brain, unless you want something neutral, you know, neutral masterboard is just fine. I'm not saying it's wrong, but you want to anchor your space with the shadow. So this dark thing here makes it nice to my eye. And I have an issue with looking at collage sometimes. I'll get a migraine. And I've just learned I got to put the dark on my stuff to kind of balance out all the busyness. And we balance it many times just with gesso. We'll kind of knock everything down with a layer of that. You know, there's all sorts of things you can do. But don't forget to check at the end. If you can't decide what to do, you're probably missing something dark. And dark can include all sorts of colors. This is merely one set. These are pastels. And these are dark reds and purples and green and blue. Now, I don't have both sets, but I go in and buy things like this when I have a rebate card from Ibotta, and these are, for some reason, knocked down in price, and I'll get them because I have all this stuff I'm collecting to do pastel stuff because I want to learn how to do it. Oh, I found a little button. It doesn't work on here, but I did find the little brown button. Anyway, if you watch like Alan Picard, he's the one who really made it hit home with the darks. After I had learned you got to anchor your space with the shadow from Lynette Jennings, he was in doing pastel work, and he kept talking about darks. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he pulled out this big tray, and all these colors were in there, and you wouldn't think this red is dark, but it is when you get it in your piece. So just saying, you can watch him. He's a pastel artist. He has lessons on YouTube. And I mean, you can just watch it once or twice and you might be like, oh, I get it. I know what Kelcy's saying. So you could use the Stabilo pencil. I have a whole box in a drawer. I use them every now and then. I haven't been using them lately. You can use that pencil like Lorri-Marie Jenkins taught me to use that for a shadow to put around the edges of things. And you want to think, where's the light coming from? And put the shadow where the light would be cast. Not the light, where the light would cast the shadow. Does that make sense? You put the shadow where the light would cast it. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So that's my little thing on darks. I've watched a lot of people hem and haw. And it's really just that kind of simple. I'll leave this here. Although I am thinking I need something at the top. I'll just get a tab. I have some tabs. I'll show you what it looks like real quick with the tab. Now, I've been using a lot of brown, but I do have this black fabric here, so I could use a tab like this. I'd have to ink it because I don't like the white edges, but that would work. And I also know, I saw it the other day. Where is it? Ooh, I like that one a lot. Oh, that one is got a white edge. I don't like the white edge. I have glue all over my fingers. So, let me see what this does for me. Oh, I like that a lot. Yeah, that's the one right there. And I probably could have put that here, but the button's there now, so we'll live with the button. So let me see. I need to ink this, and then we'll glue it on. It's that easy. I'm not really concerned about it looking perfectly aged with this particular item. I just want to make sure the white doesn't show wherever it folds. So I'm just quickly dabbing a little bit of ink on here. And I want to do the top just so it kind of looks the same all the way around. But see? That's all I did. In case you're new to Well-Tell tabs. Let's see. I need my glue. Getting it everywhere again. Okay, let's see. I'm thinking this little cluster here needs some gold. Unfortunately, oh, I had that like this. Yeah. Okay. That one's perfect. Okay, let me see. What else were we going to do? Oh, maybe some gold. Put this little piece up here and have it. Oh, yeah, that's it right there. Kind of cattywampus. Come on, come on. Now I have stuff hanging off everywhere. But I do like that better with some gold. Bye.